On a chilling day in March 2014, a story unfolded in the snowy mountains of Colorado. A story that was soon to become the fabric of local lore, an unsolved mystery echoing through time. A tale of an experienced hiker venturing into the heart of the wilderness only to vanish without a trace. This is the enigmatic disappearance of Dr. James McGrogan. Dr. McGrogan was no ordinary man. He was a seasoned adventurer, a physician with a taste for the wild, a man who reveled in the challenge of conquering nature's most daunting terrains. But on March 14, 2014, the mountains of Vail, Colorado presented him with a challenge that was to become his last. As the early morning light cascaded over the majestic mountains, Dr. McGrogan embarked on a hiking trip with his companions, a journey that was supposed to be another feather in his adventurous cap. Little did he know, the icy wilderness was set to weave a different story, a tale filled with mystery, confusion, and a chilling conclusion that would baffle even the most seasoned investigators. Join us as we unravel the peculiar events surrounding Dr. McGrogan's fateful expedition, as we delve into the eerie quiet of the forest and attempt to piece together the puzzle that has confounded experts for years. The questions are many, the answers scarce, and the truth, perhaps, nestled somewhere deep within the cold, silent embrace of the Colorado mountains. Dr. Jim McGrogan was a 39-year-old man whose life was steeped in saving others. He spent his days in high-stress situations, dealing with life and death decisions. He was a pillar of strength for his patients, a beacon of hope in their dire circumstances, a man of dedication and resolve. But it wasn't all about medicine for Dr. McGrogan. He harbored a deep love for the great outdoors, often seeking solace in the tranquil embrace of Mother Nature. Whether it was the serene calm of the forest or the grueling challenges of hiking, Jim was a seasoned enthusiast, experienced in navigating the rough terrains and bracing weathers. In March of 2014, Dr. McGrogan decided to venture on a trip that would blend his love for hiking with his spirit of adventure. His destination? The alluring town of Vail, Colorado. This quaint town is nestled at the base of Vail Mountain, a majestic landform that has enamored skiers and hikers from around the globe. Vail is not just a picturesque locale, it's also a gateway to the rugged beauty of the White River National Forest. A forest that is a testament to nature's grandeur, and at the same time, its unyielding raw power. It is within this breathtaking, yet formidable setting that Jim chose to embark on his fateful journey. The morning of March 14, 2014 dawned like any other, with the mountain town awaking to the soft glow of the rising sun. A group of 4 intrepid hikers, including our Dr. McGrogan, set off for what was meant to be an exhilarating hike. Their goal was the secluded Eisman Hut, a shelter for hikers nestled deep within the heart of the mountains, and further beyond, to the historic Camp Hale. The Eisman Hut, named after its builder and nestled high above the Vail Valley, was the goal for that day. Reaching it was no easy task. The journey was a meandering 9-mile trail, one that navigated through some of the most treacherous and challenging terrain. But Dr. McGrogan and his friends were not daunted. They were well prepared, with knowledge, experience, and the right gear by their side. Little did they know, their expedition was about to turn into something none of them could have ever anticipated. As our story continues, we find Dr. James McGrogan and his companions embarking on their adventure. The path ahead of them was both arduous and enchanting, cutting through a serene, snow-covered landscape. The air was crisp, and the ambience filled with the invigorating scent of pine, and an anticipation of the journey that lay ahead. The hike to Eisman Hut is no leisurely walk. It requires grit, determination, and a level of endurance that is only born from experience. Even though the hut is only 4 miles from the starting point near US Interstate 70, the trail twists and turns for a grueling 9 miles through steep, wooded terrain. This is a path only for the seasoned hiker, and Dr. McGrogan, with his robust experience, was more than prepared for the challenge. Equipped not only with courage and determination, Dr. McGrogan was armed with everything an experienced hiker needed. His backpack was a mini survival kit, a cell phone to keep him connected, basic medical supplies as a testament to his professional instincts, a sleeping bag for any unforeseen circumstances, an avalanche beacon for safety, a GPS for navigation, and warm clothing to protect him from the harsh cold. He even had ample food and water. By all accounts, Dr. McGrogan was prepared for the hike and then some. The group embarked on their expedition, their boots crunching in the snow, breath fogging up in the icy air. Excitement mingled with the thrill of adventure as they navigated their way through the wilderness. At this point, it seemed like an ordinary, albeit challenging hike. A shroud of mystery was just beginning to descend upon the group, ready to change the course of the day drastically. At about 10 a.m., the hikers, still approximately 5 miles away from Eisman Hut, decided to take a breather, an interlude in their strenuous journey. It was at this juncture that Dr. McGrogan decided to take a different course. He chose to hike ahead, to forge his own path while the rest of the party rested. His companions didn't suspect anything out of the ordinary. After all, Dr. McGrogan was an experienced hiker, and they had every confidence in his skills and judgment. They expected to catch up with him along the trail. None of them could have possibly fathomed that this would be the last time they would see their friend in high spirits, embarking on an adventure he loved. This was the moment when the ordinary veered into the extraordinary, the explained morphed into the unexplained, and a fun hike turned into a profound mystery. As the mysterious tale of Dr. James McGrogan unfolds, let us delve deeper into the series of events following his decision to march ahead of his companions. An eerie silence hung in the air as the group of hikers watched their friend disappear into the snowy landscape. They waited, soaking in the tranquility of the surroundings, their hearts pounding with the exhilarating thrill of the journey ahead. Little did they know that a chilling plot twist was brewing. On that fateful afternoon of March 14, 2014, when the rest of the group finally arrived at the Eisman Hut, they were met with an eerie absence. The hut, which was supposed to be a checkpoint in their hiking adventure, a place to rendezvous with their friend, stood silent. Jim was nowhere to be found. The location that was supposed to be filled with the echoes of their camaraderie and shared adventure was instead filled with an unsettling silence, a silence that bore the weight of their rising apprehension. Imagine the scene. The sun was beginning to dip below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows over the frosty landscape. The winds whistled through the trees, carrying with them an unsettling chill. The rest of the hikers, the joy of their journey now replaced by worry for their missing companion, waited for a sign, a clue, any indication of Dr. McGrogan's whereabouts. But there was none. As the sky grew darker, their concern escalated. By 5:30 p.m., they knew they needed help. They notified the Vail Department of Public Safety, which led to the involvement of the Eagle Valley Sheriff's Department. Soon, a large-scale rescue operation was initiated. The area of search was 18 square miles, a vast, rugged terrain, a formidable task. But hope was still alive and the will to find their friends stronger than ever. The fact that Dr. McGrogan was well-equipped provided a sliver of solace. He had food, water, warm clothing. He had an avalanche beacon, a GPS, a sleeping bag. He was wearing boots fit for the snowy terrain, and he had a snowboard that divided lengthwise for easy maneuverability. Surely he was equipped to survive in the wilderness until help arrived. As the rescue teams embarked on their mission, little did they know that they were stepping into a complex riddle. A riddle that would challenge their expertise, test their resolve, and leave them grappling with questions that even today baffle us all. What happened to Dr. Jim McGrogan? How did a seasoned hiker, so well prepared, so familiar with the wilderness, simply vanish? These questions were just the beginning of an enigma that was about to unfold. As we continue our journey through the labyrinth of mysteries surrounding the disappearance of Dr. James McGrogan, we find ourselves knee-deep in the extensive search efforts that were set in motion. The stark, snowy landscape, once a picturesque backdrop to an adventurous hiking trip, had now transformed into a colossal, ominous jigsaw puzzle. Day and night, rescuers meticulously combed the 18-square-mile area. The trails echoed with the sound of snowmobiles and the rhythmic crunch of boots on the snowy crust. The chilling winds bore witness to the tireless effort of the rescuers who trudged through the dense forest and rugged terrain, their eyes scanning the snow for any trace of the missing hiker. The National Guard's high-altitude aviation training site, located nearby in Gypsum, Colorado, joined the massive search operation. Choppers flew over the frozen landscape, their whirling blades disturbing the icy stillness. They combed the area from the sky, their keen eyes searching for any sign of Dr. McGrogan against the vast white canvas below. And yet the days passed with no word, no sign. Each passing hour added a layer of ice to the cold dread that had settled in the hearts of his friends and the rescue team. The silence of the mountains was punctuated only by the crunch of snow underfoot and the intermittent roar of the helicopter blades. On the day Dr. McGrogan disappeared, there was a single ping from his cell phone. Then, just as suddenly as he had disappeared, the signals went dead. In this era of technological advancements, when we are so connected, the sudden disconnection was an eerie reminder of the impenetrable mysteries the wilderness can hold. 3 days into the search, the weather worsened. An ominous curtain of snow and fog descended over the landscape, reducing visibility and making the search efforts increasingly perilous. By Tuesday, March 18th, the worsening weather forced the search to be suspended. The grim weather seemed to echo the increasing despair that the search might not yield the desired outcome. During the search, rescuers had poured a combined 1,000 hours into the operation. 5 days of relentless effort, of rising each day with the hope of finding Dr. McGrogan and ending each day with the bitter disappointment of failure. Despite their tireless efforts and the tracks in the snow that would have indicated if someone was hiking or skiing off the trail, the search teams found no trace of him. The mystery only deepened. What happened to the experienced, well-equipped hiker in the wilderness of Colorado? The answer was as elusive as the man himself. In the shadowy conclusion of this bewildering mystery, we find ourselves face to face with a chilling discovery. As we traverse further down this path, the final pieces of this peculiar puzzle fall into place, revealing an image that is as perplexing as it is grim. Just when all seemed bleak, 20 days after Dr. McGrogan's disappearance, there was a breakthrough. A group of backcountry skiers on April 3, 2014, stumbled upon a shocking sight near the Booth Falls area. This was way to the east of the Eisman Hut, a significant 5 miles away from the trail where Jim had set out on his journey. The discovery sent a ripple of dread through the still, frozen air. Picture the cold, icy winds whipping around the skiers as they discovered the lifeless form of Dr. McGrogan laying on an ice sheet below the falls. An icefall, for those unfamiliar, is a frozen waterfall cascading down a steep slope. There, amidst the icy desolation, the grim mystery of Dr. McGrogan's fate was laid bare. A closer examination revealed strange anomalies. He was found wearing his helmet, but his coat, gloves, and, more bewilderingly, his boots were missing. Why would an experienced hiker remove these critical pieces of clothing in freezing conditions? Did he succumb to hypothermia, leading to a paradoxical behavior known as paradoxical undressing? These questions began to creep in, adding new layers of complexity to the mystery. In his backpack, his cell phone was discovered. Surprisingly, In this area, there was active cellular reception. His snowboard, too, was found nearby, but his boots were never located. Why didn't he use his fully functional cell phone or GPS tracker? If he was lost, why didn't he send out a distress signal? What led him to wander so far off the trail and into the harsh wilderness? The post-mortem report added another twist. Eagle County Coroner Cara Bettis stated on April 7, 2014, that James McGrogan died of multiple injuries, including head trauma and injuries to the left side of his chest and a broken femur. His death was ruled an accident. As we reflect upon the strange circumstances of Dr. Jim McGrogan's disappearance and death, we are left grappling with numerous unanswered questions. The facts we have are a strange concoction of wilderness survival, human resilience, and inexplicable actions. This tale of mystery from the mountains around Vail, Colorado, continues to echo in our minds, a chilling reminder of the inexplicable mysteries the wilderness can sometimes harbor. In the icy, silent cradle of the Colorado mountains, a mystery unfolded in March 2014 that continues to bewilder us. The story of Dr. James McGrogan's eerie disappearance and untimely death has echoed through time, leaving behind more questions than answers. Despite extensive search and rescue efforts, in-depth investigations, and thorough analyses of the puzzling evidence left in the wake of his final journey, the truth about what happened to Dr. McGrogan remains shrouded in the frosty, enigmatic wilderness of the Vail Mountains. As we have delved into this chilling tale, piecing together each fragment of evidence, tracing the timeline of events and wrestling with the inexplicable occurrences surrounding this case, we are left grappling with the elusive nature of truth itself. From his fateful decision to trek alone that morning, to the discovery of his lifeless body weeks later in an area far off the trail, the final hours of Dr. McGrogan's life are cloaked in profound mystery. The case of Dr. James McGrogan serves as a stark reminder of the immense power and unpredictable nature of the wild. It invites us to question, to wonder, and to continue seeking answers, even when they seem just beyond our grasp. Stay tuned for more next time. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up icon. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos.